You're listening to Otto's Powerhouse. Otto's Powerhouse.
Hey everybody, welcome to today's podcast. This is Pato, thanking you for being here because, well, I know that you have options. Well, it's been a crazy week, been busy as always. How are you doing? You want to let me know? You know you can. Go to patodg.com, go to the contact page. You can shoot me an email. You know what? I even have a text line where you can send me a text message and just say, hi, Pato, or whatever. So you know what? We're going to do that really quick.
Otto's Powerhouse text line 602-529-7273.
There you have it. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are having an awesome day, an awesome week. Like I said, it's crazy and it's, I don't know. There's so much things we can talk about and so much things we probably shouldn't talk about because you're sick of hearing it. You're here of sicking them. I'm just backwards talking me. I don't know. Anyway, all I'm saying, if I'm saying anything, is that I'm glad to be here with you guys, my favorite peeps. Anyway, wow. I was today years old when I discovered that Marilyn Monroe is actually a contribution from Mexico. Did you guys know this? Well, no, she was not born in Mexico. Her mom was not born in Mexico, but apparently her grandma or something like that comes from a place called Coahuila, Mexico. Some Otis Monroe married Della, some lady named Della in Mexico. So basically, Marilyn Monroe has a Hispanic, Latino, Mexican, if you will, ethnic background. Mexican is a nationality, it's not a race. So, I mean, that's one thing about Mexico. Mexico has all kinds of people from different nationalities, just like the United States. And the only thing is that they don't segregate themselves by calling themselves Mexican American, African American. They don't divide themselves. If you're born in Mexico, you're just a Mexican, which that should be the standard here for the U.S. I mean, you're born in America, you're an American, right? All right, I don't want to go out into politics. I'm more interested in talking about this right now, just sharing this little bit about Marilyn Monroe, because you know what? Now that I've discovered that obviously there's a Mexican connection to Marilyn Monroe, that explains those damn good-looking curves. You know what I'm saying? There was, back then, lipo and all that stuff. There's a lot of technology that wasn't available now. Kind of like today's silicone people, like everybody can have big boobs, big butts, and all that stuff, a la Kardashian. All I'm saying, if I'm saying anything, that Marilyn Monroe is an American icon, a very beautiful American icon, and now you know why. I'm just saying. Alrighty then. Well, now that I got that out of the way, hey. Oh, it's crazy, as we're getting closer to elections. I mean, we're starting to see all kinds of stupid shit pop up, and it's ridiculous. Some of it is funny, though. I mean, how people try to, sorry, I am reaching out for things since it's moving away from the mic, so if it sounds kind of funny. But what I'm saying, if I'm saying anything, is that, is that as we get closer to elections, we start hearing all kinds of ridiculous claims, all kinds of shit going on. I mean, that it's just fucking crazy. I mean, like, there's this this thing going on TikTok, which, by the way, TikTok is still around. So they made some kind of a deal, I guess, with Oracle, Trump was bent on banning TikTok because them TikTokers made a fool of him in Oklahoma. Showed him that millions do not worship him. Millions do not want to see him. And, here I am going political. But anyway, this is one of the things that I came across in one of the videos there that it kind of got my attention, because, I mean, it's funny how, how can I say this? I mean, it's just, wow. Here, I'm going to play it over. Let's see if it records well.
Tijuana is probably the worst place in South America in terms of the China virus. I think it is.
Sleepy Don strikes again. Did he really just say that Mexico was in South America? Here's a picture of North America, and you can clearly see Mexico is right there. And you guys have...
Well, bottom line, as you can see, a lot of people say, "Oh, is he dumb? Doesn't he know that Mexico is in North America?" Sometimes I wonder if he does that on purpose. Like he keeps calling the coronavirus or the, COVID-19. He keeps calling it the China virus. Kind of as a way to shove it in there. Put that racial tension. You know how they always try to make Mexico like, I don't know. They say South with a. I don't know, this condescending tone. I'm just saying, I don't know. But anyway, I came across that on TikTok, and hopefully the audio came out well. I just played it off my phone here straight into the microphone. But anyway, that's not what... oh, whoa.
For no particular...
Wow, you know what? Technology in me sometimes. But anyway... That's just one of the things I wanted to share with you guys. Besides finding out that Marilyn Monroe has Mexican ties. I don't know. It's just crazy I remember my uncles, my dad, a lot of people would see her on TV and they're like, "Ooh, no wonder Kennedy was going." Well, anyway. I'm just saying. Well, okay, I gotta admit, I'm in a good mood today. It's been one of them crazy days. I'm up. I managed to sleep a little bit more. I got up. I don't have a day off per se. I have like 12 hours off. Or is it 16? I'm not sure. It's like a 16-hour turnaround that I have off. It on paper, it looks like I had the night off. But in real life, it's only like 16 hours, but I managed to do my laundry. I managed to accomplish a lot of things today. So I feel good, and it's good. Anyway, so I'm just, like I said, just sitting down there, looking at the phone, going through Facebook, going through TikTok, going through, Twitter. Gosh, don't get old. You start forgetting things. You know what? Right now, it's been a good week. Made a lot of connections with a lot of different podcasters. It's cool to see. When we come together as a community. Start following each other, start supporting each other. And I understand that we're all in competition, but at the same time, we're in this together. So it's kind of cool. Anyway, what I wanted to say is right now is that, I make it a point to support others. I don't know. Not everybody does the same thing, but like I said, right now, I want to. I'm gonna list them off. All these new podcasts that are out there. This is why I tell you that I am thankful you are listening, because I know there is options out there. There's a lot of options. Just to name a few here. There's something called Corn Syrup. Corn Syrup is a horror podcast. Hold on. I'm going to go into their profile and read their profile. Okay, it says here, a low budget podcast for a low budget genre. Two lifelong friends from Philly bonding over mutual love of horror, movie reviews, rankings, interviews, and more. So, horror movies, you're into horror flicks, and check them out. Corn Syrup Podcast. I guess you can find them on Apple, Spotify, Google. Let's see. And then there's this other one. The Fun with Friends podcast. Podcast about getting out there, trying new things, and chasing happiness. It says hosted by Allie. I guess, or her Twitter account at Allie. I am going to butcher this. Coots. Anyway, just look up the Fun with Friends podcast. You can find them on Anchor, and I imagine if they're on Anchor, they're probably also on Google Play. Just I would just say go to Google and type them in. You probably can find them. Let's see. Who else? Let me scroll down because I've been retweeting every pot today. I don't know how it started, but we started following each other, and I've been retweeting every podcast Twitter account that has followed me. So we got something called Bottom of the Stream. Let's go see what they're about. Let me tell you. Podcast dedicated to exploring the hidden gems that nobody is watching on Netflix. Hey, that you know, I'm gonna give them a listen in a little bit, because sometimes we're sitting there in front of Netflix just going, what do I watch? What do I watch? Man, there's nothing to watch. Man, there's so much stuff to watch, but it's just that a lot of us have a tendency to just gear ourselves towards the Disney, the big company productions. And there's a lot of small stuff, a lot of things that if normally we wouldn't know. Kind of like these podcasts that I am putting out there. Right now today I'm just basically, this wasn't the. I started podcasting. I started this podcast with Marilyn Monroe. I was just like, hey, did you know she has Mexican ethnic background? That explains them awesome curves back in the day. Unheard of beauty. Oh, yep. Anyway, but then I thought it'd be a good idea to tell you that, well, there's a lot of competition. I mean, don't forget about me. But what I'm saying is I know there's a lot of stuff you could be listening to. So anyway, Bottom of the Stream. So these people tell you about all them gems that normally you wouldn't pay attention on Netflix, because they're probably not the big time productions like the Lucasfilms or whatever, Then there's this other one that caught my attention, but it was Aliens podcast, the extraterrestrial comedy podcast from former MIBs Kevin the Grey and Moonwalker. Now we're preparing humanity for alien invasion and invasion, one probe at a time. Okay, let me repeat that. The extraterrestrial comedy podcast from former MIBs Kevin the Grey, at Kevin the Grey, that's his Twitter account, and at Moonwalker G. Now we're preparing humanity for alien invasion, one probe at a time. It's an Apple podcast. I'm gonna definitely check this one out. I like that stuff. Plus, I'm involved in something called Reb Alien. Even though we don't talk much about aliens in itself, I mean, it is a possibility. We talk about comic books and other stuff. In fact, we're due for a comeback on that one. It's been on the back burner because of all this COVID stuff, but COVID stuff and Dagar has been going through a employment change. I mean, if it's not Dagar, it's K-Dog. I mean, we're always like falling behind schedule. I'm not calling you guys out like that, but yes, I am calling you guys out like that. Anyway, that being said, but it was Aliens podcast. Oh, there's this other one that, okay, the name itself, I mean, I thought Cursory Overload was cool, but Little Bitch Podcast. Yes, I'm not lying. In fact, I'm following them. They're following me. Have a little bitch with two little bitches. That's what the podcast says. And of course, we're going to be checking this motherfucker out. So definitely, like I said, look, all these options I'm giving you right now. Please don't leave me. Anyway, Lady Justice podcast. This is from across the pond over there. This is, hold on. Lady Justice is a weekly true crime podcast that takes a look at fascinating cases, both past and present. And they are from England. So, if you want to check that out, that's there. Then there's Apocalypse in Review podcast. First, I thought this was like biblical, but check it out. A podcast devoted to apocalyptic movies, taking movie reviews to an inappropriate and unprofessional level. Sounds a lot like cursing